Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today. My name is Tyler Cranston with Easy Life Journey. Today, I want to talk about the top 20 characteristics of superb leadership qualities. We are all born followers, yet 99% of us remain that way for life, and just 1% of us are true leaders. Great feats require great individuals, therefore, only the few extreme possess superb leadership qualities. Out of 1,000 followers, you may have a few good leaders, and you may have one or if none superb leaders. That's about one superb leader out of every 1 million person. If you look at all the billionaires and very, very influential people in the world, there's only about 7,000 of them, so that sounds pretty legit. So number one, strong will. If one has a strong will, then they can pretty much do anything they want. People with this trait are strong-minded, and changing their ways and beliefs are difficult. A strong mind can be dangerous for a few good reasons though. After all, humans have evolved mentally instead of physically like most other animals. Like many leadership qualities, strong will is not easy to master. Leaders cannot let small or even great things affect them. They must continue forward and disregard all other matters that hinder them from achieving their goals. Number two, sacrifice. Great things are never easy to achieve. If they were, they wouldn't be so great. One must sacrifice their time, money, maybe health, enjoyment, eating or drinking, and sometimes their own life for others. Do wars not require the greatest sacrifice? When leaders sacrifice something that has significant meaning, they appreciate what they have and learn to value it and use it well. Think of sacrifice as a trade-off. Whether the value is the same, less, or greater, a sacrifice is a sacrifice, but for leaders, they will always get the greater trade-off. Number three, never give up. One of the greatest feats about leaders is that they don't ever give up. Failure, quitting, running away, retreating, replanning, and so forth are not bad if you think about it, but the moment one gives up, then they have lost the right to be a leader. Giving up means you have admitted total defeat and no longer have the desire to continue. One must be pure committed to what they are doing, no matter what may lie ahead. It takes years or maybe even a lifetime for a follower to become a leader. Giving up only takes a few seconds, if not a nanosecond. No wonder it's so easy to give up. Number four, being a follower. Leaders are not born, they are made. Who said that leaders are born? That's not even possible. That's like saying strong people are born. You can't be born with muscles. You have to work at it. If any leaders ask how they became the way they are today, what do you think they will say? They had mentors, leaders. They worked hard at what they do. They studied, practiced, learned the insides and out of their expertise. A great follower can become a great leader. They will learn, experience, and follow everything that their leader does. If they want to become a leader, they must imitate the leader. How can one be born with leadership qualities, especially when there's so much to learn and do? Number five, listens to their followers. A great follower listens to their leader, but a true leader always listens to their follower. If followers ask questions, then leaders must know the answer 100% accuracy. Followers are always learning from one another and their leaders. It will only be natural for followers to develop a characteristic or maybe even acquire a characteristic that leaders can learn or gain from. Leaders are the mind and followers are the body. Without one, the other has no function. They have to go hand in hand. Number six, stands in the front. There are leaders who only care about themselves, and then there are those who are compassionate and are benevolent. True leaders will never sacrifice their followers unless the cause is greater. They are the ones in front of the line, making the calls, taking full blame and responsibilities for all their actions. A superb leader knows that if they show who is in charge and what it takes to be in charge and stand out, then naturally the followers will be attracted to such qualities. No followers wants to be in front or in charge because of fear, inexperience, lack of knowledge and education. So they will always be behind the leader. Number seven, wisdom. Good leaders make good cars. Superb leaders make superb cars. They must have brains. If they do not know how to make wise decisions, then how are followers able to follow them? Making the right call every time is just not realistic, but too many bad calls can land them on fire. The more wisdom one has, the more educated one is. Therefore, when situations arise, they are able to understand what must be done. No one wants to follow someone who can't express how to do things in normal terms. Most or every question that followers ask, leaders must know. If not, then that shows lack of wisdom. Number eight, makes good judgment. Some things require immediate decisions and answers. Leaders must know or at least try to know the outcome of any situation. Making educated and correct calls are highly needed in great leaders for the short and long run. Most of us make calls or actions that we don't even think about, and sometimes it costs us. Leaders must calculate all possible outcomes that could be resulted in their action. Of course, the best outcome is not always possible, but a great leader should know most of the time. Number nine, knows when to quit. Running away and coming back with a better and prepared plan is what leaders will do. Winning every battle is great and all, but winning the war is the most important thing. Running away gives you more time and other resources you need to build up and replan. Quitting multiple jobs or classes to get where you want in life is everyday normal circumstance. If you don't quit, then later it may get worse. No one wants to work at their job all day and all night if they're miserable. It's usually better if you quit sooner than later before things start to get ugly. Number 10, creates new leaders. What is the purpose of followers? Is it not to learn and imitate leaders, strive to one day be better themselves? Their purpose besides their own goals is to ready the followers so that one day they will have all the qualities and traits of a true leader. A leader also needs a right-hand man or a woman. Leaders will have to pass down all their knowledge and wisdom to someone they trust, respect, and is qualified for such position. True leaders want to create more leaders because successful people want others to succeed. Number 11, does not use their people to their advantage. Great leaders lead by example and will use everything they can to accomplish their goals, except for taking advantage of their followers. They will find another way to reach their goals because there are many ways to accomplish something. Cruel leaders will use any means necessary to accomplish their goals, even costing the lives of their followers. Weak leaders, although a leader, will use people. A leader is just someone with followers, really, as sad as it sounds. However, an amazing leader is in a whole new class. You can't really compare the two. A superb leader can instill trust, faith, love, compassion, and anything unto their followers. Number 12, does not stop learning, training, or working. Successful leaders know that long hours are not an option but a must. No one can achieve anything without working long, diligent hours. No one wants to work all their life, but superb leaders have a very different mindset. Remember, they will do whatever it takes to accomplish their dreams, and even if it takes an entire lifetime. No empire, enterprise, country was built in one day. Leaders enjoy their work. It is their passion. Number 13, know the situation. If a leader keeps making bad decisions, it could ultimately lead to the end of their career or company. It only takes a few right judgments to become successful, but that requires experience and knowing one's outcome. Making one judgment can literally have the power to end you or make you. Timing, luck, coincidence play a huge role in that. Okay, so one right judgment can be difficult. That is why many correct judgment is more realistic. So leaders must be wise and take precaution in each judgment they make. Number 14, have patience. Patience is a must-have virtue. They know that not taking their time can cost them dearly. No big company became a billion-dollar company overnight. You have to work day and night, years after years to make your dreams a reality. Leaders are always working on their goals and helping followers. When a good idea comes to mind, they will definitely act upon it. But the longer they wait, the greater the chance of them not taking action is bound to happen. Leaders have the ability to endure for a long period of time to get what they want. Number 15, bravery and taking risks. Leaders face their fears with full force. They know that if they don't, their fears can break them and destroy their goals. No single species alive today will follow a leader without courage. They all depend on their leaders to guide and lead the way. The greater the risk, the greater the reward, but also the greater the downfall. What are leaders willing to risk to make it big? Everything, because they know big things require big sacrifice and big risk. You can't get ahead of the game without taking some losses. In order for them to take wise and calculated risks, they need to be courageous. Number 16, encourages and supports morale. Wars cannot be won without support and morale. Infantry is the backbone of any war. An army paralyzed by fear and death has surely never won any wars, let alone a battle. The greatest leaders always encourages and expresses positivity to his followers. They know that followers are like babies. If you show and teach babies positivity, care, compassion, characteristics, the baby will most likely grow up to show these traits, and vice versa for violence, anger, and cruelty. It is always better to lead with love, compassion, encouragement, kindness than the other way. People are naturally attracted to kindness rather than hatred. Number 17, charisma and inspiration. People are just normally attracted to positive energy. The universe is energy. Almost every action, whether physically or mentally, involves energy. A leader with charisma is a great leader. They have the ability to motivate, inspire, push people forward, show no signs of weakness and the likes. Followers seek and are searching for this type of inner energy. If leaders can illuminate this type of energy, surely followers will come, especially in a time of crisis and in a time of need. Number 18, management. Management of work, time, planning, life, vacation, daily activities are extremely important. They know how to delegate certain tasks to individuals at certain times. There is only 24 hours in a day, so everything must be precise and on time with little to no mistakes. Leaders can't simply handle 1 to a billion individuals at any given time, but with the right team and other leaders, they can assign tasks to work to each lower tier leaders. Every wasted minute at the end of the year can really add up. Number 19, leading with love versus fear. Those that lead with love can build many followers. Those that lead with fear can build strong followers. The followers of Jesus, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Buddha are all kind and compassionate, benevolent, and so forth. But the followers of Kim Jong-il, Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Nichinomiya Hirohito are fierce, cruel, demanding, physically strong. Leading with love demands nothing, and in return, followers choose to willingly follow their leaders. Leading with fear demands everything, and in return, the follower has no choice but to follow their leader. In today's time, many have the right to choose who to follow. Most fear leaders force themselves to be in a higher position. First world countries have the right to vote for their leaders, and as you can see, the big difference between first, second, and third world countries. Those that lead with love and benevolence will always have the heart and support of their followers and people. Number 20, never stops learning. Followers learn everything from their leaders. Leaders, however, must learn new things by themselves or from other leaders. The worst thing a follower wants to hear is, "I don't know," from their leader. "I will find out the answer for you today" is a much more relaxing and assuring answer compared to "I don't know." Learning new things only makes the leader wiser, stronger, and more powerful. Knowledge really is power. Back then, you could be killed if you knew too much. Today, the more you know, the more you are worth. Education and knowledge is humanity's greatest weapon. The old days of sticks and stones are long gone. Well, there you have it, everyone. Thank you so much for your time, and please subscribe, like, and share this video if you really did enjoy it. Thank you again.